From a brand new Tails sprite potentially coming in Chapter 7 Season 4 to new Nintendo-styled shotguns in the next season, sprites you'll be able to get by doing quests that are now active in-game, issues with the map that have officially been resolved, but some updates on when Chapter 7 might fully be ending, and even a teaser for Chapter 7 Season 4 Override with an official trailer coming out in 2 days. There is honestly a lot of content to talk about in today's YouTube video, so let's dive into everything you need to know. Starting off, of course, with the shotgun and this new sprite or mythic item or whatever it might actually end up being. We got a secondary teaser from Sonic the Hedgehog of all things for the next season. I know originally I was speculating maybe it was going to be like Mega Man, then Kingdom Hearts, then Pac-Man or something, but I don't think anyone actually expected to do back-to-back teasers where we went back to one original franchise for another teaser from them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play that on screen right now. Now, of course, the audio is muted, but we have a new lobby hack called I Wanna Fly High, and a few little things to talk about here, so let's go ahead and, pause the video time and time again to talk about some of those things. Right here, you can see the lobby hack being I Wanna Fly High, which you'll be able to actually enter next season, Chapter 7, Season 4, for some buffs or whatever in a match. This is sonicprotocol.exe, but in here, we get a glimpse at this new mythic weapon, or I guess new weapon in general, which is kind of like a retro, like I think of Duck Hunt, right? I think of the old Duck Hunt game where you had kind of like that Nintendo gun that you would shoot at your TV screen. That's what I think of, but kind of mixed in with like some other weapons and stuff. I get some kind of like Doom vibes in a way. I know that might sound a little weird. I get some Doom vibes. I obviously get like, some Game Boy vibes from this, and of course they aren't doing like a full collaboration with Nintendo. It's not intended to be Nintendo. Those are just kind of the vibes I get. And then if we pay attention to the background here, and I am probably gonna have to reverse this a little bit to get a good frame, we can actually see that we have a little bit of like the Green Hill Zone POI, or area in the map right here, which appears to be very close to the 0 point. It appears in another area by the 0 point we actually have ourselves, this whole entire like red biome, mesa biome, whatever you want to call that, kind of going on there, which is interesting to actually see. So a lot of biome changes, and it really makes me think, if we go back to in-game real quick or whatever, and we look at like the 0 point, if how these shards, got transported to different type of biomes and stuff, if that ends up being something where that plays into everything that glitches out, because the glitches are actually going to be coming from the 0 point when it comes to the next season. So I wouldn't be surprised if the 0 point, and all those little like beams of energy going out in different directions is causing certain biomes to get mixed up, mashed up with other realities. But back to the actual video here, if we go ahead and go a little bit further from where we just were, you're actually able to see a brand new like Tails mythic item or sprite or something like that. First off, we notice that except for the tail being, 3D, or I guess, like a 2D texture, the actual king that is on the Pilly's back or on the Pilly's head is like an 8-bit Tails sprite, which makes me wonder, how are they going to be doing that for the next season? I know in the actual teaser video title for this, they mentioned that everything going on, the whole entire situation with Tails coming to the next season is being mentioned as Sonic's trusty sidekick. So some people are theorizing that Tails is going to be a sidekick, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing Tails as like a new sprite variant for the next season, because we have had some pretty interesting sprites so far in Battle Royale, right? All of them kind of match this similar like sprite aesthetic that's on my back right now, but I definitely see them doing some more unique designs that don't look one-to-one to the little chubby sprites we have, and instead trying to make them like 8-bit or something like that. And even if we look at it, I know Tails is yellow, but imagine if that is a sprite and this was a look at like a golden variant being in the next season as well, meaning that we could potentially be seeing golden variants that double or triple the XP you get from eliminations, making a return once again. But there's a lot of things to speculate about that, a lot of things that could be happening, a lot of things that we don't actually know as of right now, but it's still exciting to see that we now have Sonic collab confirmed, we now have Tails from Sonic confirmed, and it's being something where we could get another Persona announcement or something in the next day or two, right? But on to the next topic here, we have to talk about new Sprite Spree quests. These are now available in-game, and you're able to actually do these right now. In fact, if I go ahead and turn on auto run and go to my map menu right here, you can see we have Sprite Spree available. For reaching 10 players remaining in a match, you'll get yourself a Pilly Sprite. For eliminating 30 players across multiple matches, you'll get a John Wick quick sprite. For extracting 20 sprites, you get a 0-point sprite, and then for extracting 30 sprites, you are guaranteed a gym 0-point sprite. You may notice that it says it gives you 2 of each on the right side when we actually showed those, and to kind of explain that, the sprite system works kind of weirdly. If you have 1 sprite, that technically is counted as it being in your collection, but not being one you can actually equip, so you would have to spend sprite dust to equip it. If you had 2 sprites, then that means it's in your collection and you can equip it. Like this one, for example, I brought this into the match. This is technically counted as 2 Goldie King sprites. And then if you had 0 of them, that technically means that you never actually collected the sprite. You know, it's not in your collection and you don't currently own it. There's no way for you to have a sprite like equipped that you don't currently own unless you pick it up in a match. So it's not like you'd have like a third value or something like that, but you're not actually getting 2 Pilly sprites. You're just getting 1 in the collection book technically, and then you're getting the opportunity to equip it and put it in actual matches. Other than that, though, you may have noticed that my map over here has been rediscovering everything, and the reason for that, if I go ahead and show you this image I took earlier, is because Epic Games kind of messed up map discovery. What they ended up doing was making it so the map gets discovered based on a event flag, so when that event flag ends, it basically assumes Chapter 7 is over and wipes everyone's map data. So if you logged in when that data was kind of ended, which was basically any time before this video after like 2 in the morning, then it was something where your map got completely wiped. Now, it is kind of nice because you can run around and get yourself the discovered POI XP again and not really have to worry about too much, you know, it's just extra XP to kind of have fun to mess around with, but it does mean that they had to update it because otherwise it would mean, hey, the entire time of the next season and the current one, we would just have the map being rediscovered over and over and over again. As you can see, I have to re-go to every POI just to grab all of those back again, except for, okay, no, I have to go to Lifty Lodge as well. Now, Epic Games did fix this, however, we now know when Chapter 7 is set to fully end because they made it so that the Chapter 7 map discovery system is set to end December 4th at 2 in the morning, which means that we're going to be seeing this season, or I guess not even this season, but next season, Chapter 7 Season 4, ending at that time, you know, which is going to be December on like a Friday. Yep, just double checked, it is a Friday, and then we'll be moving into Chapter 8 after all that happens, meaning, of course, Chapter 8 is going to be a 2027 chapter. But that was a little bit of a bug that they had to go ahead and go and fix. Now, I know it might have been a little confusing, you know, talking about it and having to explain what this means, why the next chapter is going to be ending at a certain point. But besides that, we also have a brand new trailer that's going to be premiering in 2 days at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow, we have the live event, meaning tomorrow's upload is most likely just going to be the live event. But after that, the next day, we get the official trailer for the next season, which is going to give us a full glimpse of everything going on. You know, the Sonic teasers, the Pac-Man teasers, the Persona teasers, all that type of stuff. And my theory of what this trailer is actually going to do is it's going to be a merged version of all the teasers we've actually gotten, but a lengthier version, right? So instead of just having a system where you see it and it's like, oh, you know, it's going to be Sonic or whatever, it's going to be all 9-second clips you've already seen together, it's going to be something where it's going to fluidly go between those. So I would see it more as like a gaming legends teaser, right? At least that's my theory. That's what I think they're going to be doing. Could they do it completely different? Could it be like a full gameplay trailer or a story trailer? Yeah, but I still think it's going to be something where we're going to see a few repeats in it and then a decent amount of new information, which gets me excited because I am actually hyped for the next season. You know, I love everything video games, so having a video game themed season means that I'm just going to be sitting there and be like, dude, that's so cool, they put this and that in there. But I want to hear in the comments down below, what do you guys are hoping for in this next teaser once it actually goes live? Until next time, however, that has been kind of your daily news recap. You know, it's kind of jam-packed getting close to the end of the season. Normally when it gets to the end of the season, it's just like, hey, we got a new teaser, shrug, go on about your day. But at least this time it's like, hey, we got a new teaser, we got new stuff going in game, we got new sprite quests, we got this and that. Gives a lot of stuff to actually talk about. But I'll be seeing champs and champettes tomorrow for the live event, so I hope you guys are ready to see whatever happens during that story moment. Keep in mind that during it, I do believe bot lobbies are going to be disabled from the things I've heard online. Now, I'm not for sure if that is accurate or not. It might just be custom matchmaking codes, but it shouldn't really matter too much. You know, once you get to the live event, it's going to be something where no one's going to be able to damage each other anyways, so it's going to be nice to kind of experience that alongside everyone else and see what actually ends up happening. But until next time, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. So until then, peace out.